I guess there's something going on the other side, right? Okay. Okay, I'm delighted to be with my colleagues, Senators Reid and Cardin and Shaheen. Now, this week, as many are focused on the chaos in the House, to wit, the Senate will continue to work to deliver for the American people and stand with our friends and allies across the globe. The future of democracy around the world faces its greatest threat since the end of the Cold War. At this pivotal moment in history, America is once again called upon to rise to the occasion and lead the way. And the senators here today will help us achieve that goal. President Biden has now sent Congress a supplemental funding request with aid for Israel, Ukraine, and to outcompete the Chinese government and secure our southern border from threats like fentanyl. We must pass this supplemental as soon as we can with bipartisan support for a very simple reason. It will make the world safer for the United States, our allies, and our democratic values. Democrats and Republicans alike know that if Putin, Hamas, or any of our other adversaries succeed, it would endanger every single American around the world. Now that Congress has received the President's requests, I will make it a top priority for the Senate to act swiftly, decisively, and most important, with strong bipartisan conviction. Bipartisanship must lead the way as we take up the President's supplemental request. To my Republican colleagues, I say simply, let's work together to ensure that this process remains bipartisan, because the only things that win support from both sides will make it to the President's desk. Senate Democrats and Republicans agree we must stand with Israel, so let's pass this supplemental as soon as possible. Senate Democrats and Republicans also agree we must stand with Ukraine. After all, 70 members voted for Ukraine funding last month in our CR. So let's pass the supplemental as soon as we can. And Democrats and Republicans want to outcompete the Chinese government, secure our border for threats like fentanyl, and provide humanitarian aid to minimize civilian casualties in both Israel and Gaza. All of these priorities are, indeed, bipartisan. All of these provisions are included in the President's request. So let's roll up our sleeves, get to work in the coming weeks, and pass this supplemental quickly and with strong bipartisan support. With the House Republicans in paralysis, the Senate cannot and will not wait. If we act with enough bipartisan conviction, a strong bipartisan majority here in the Senate, it will go a long way to pushing the House to getting its act together and follow suit. The world is watching us very closely, and they are looking at what actions we take in Congress over the coming weeks. We have to send an unmistakable message that our country and our allies, we must send an unmistakable message to our country, to our allies, and our adversaries that America will always spring to the defense of our allies in their hour of need. That's why we must pass this supplemental as soon as we can. Senator Reid.